Addison, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Okay, now blow.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Well, that didn't take long at all, huh? Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So within 24 hours, Oscar De La Hoya, he did 2 interviews talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. In the first interview, he sounded very optimistic. He talked about negotiations starting.
Potential fight versus Tank Davis. Has there been any negotiations? Have you talked to him? Because I spoke with Bernard yesterday. He said Oscar's doing all of that right now. So what's the status of it right now? Because everybody's eager for that fight.
Yeah,
I'm sure you as well yourself.
Yeah, no, look, everybody's eager. Everybody's eager about that fight. That's the only fight that Ryan wants. That's the only fight that Tank wants. Look, we're talking. We're talking. So.
That's a start.
Yeah, it's a great start. I mean, to get to talk to the other side is a great start. So we want the fight. That's the bottom line. So as negotiations continue, maybe we'll release something. But in the meantime, we're keeping everything hush because we want to surprise everybody with this super fight that's happening later on in this year.
Now you fast forward 24 hours later. Now Oscar De La Hoya is saying that we're moving on and he can't get in contact with Gervonta's team and they're playing games. And then he ends it by saying, we're going to the Teofimo Lopez fight next week.
Last thing, any update on Ryan and Tank negotiations?
Zero whatsoever.
But there are talks.
Hey, we're trying to get a hold of Tank's side. We don't know who to talk to. Nobody picks up their phone. Nobody calls back. I feel they're playing games. So I'm moving on and I'm going to Teofimo's fight next week.
So the question is, how does Oscar go from talking about how eager both Ryan Garcia is and Gervonta is to make this fight? How the fight is going to happen this year, and that's why they're keeping everything on the hush because they want to surprise people, to now saying that we're moving on. And now we're looking at the Teofimo Lopez fight, all within damn near 24 hours. I mean, Oscar said he wants to keep things hush, but then all of a sudden, he tells reporters that the fight is not going to happen. They're not answering the phone. We're moving on. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya, he just admitted a day ago, this is the only fight that Gervonta Tank Davis wants. So why would Oscar say they're playing games when if you already know that Gervonta wants this fight, which we all know, Gervonta has always wanted the Ryan Garcia fight. If you know that, if Oscar De La Hoya already knows this, why would he be telling the public this like a day later from what he just said that was all positive about the fight coming to fruition? Either two things are going on right now when it comes to Oscar and Ryan Garcia. Either they never wanted this fight and they've been trying to find a way out of it, once again, using Gervonta Tank Davis's name to promote Ryan Garcia's next opponent, or they are serious about negotiations and Oscar De La Hoya, he's trying to get leverage by telling Mayweather Promotions that we're moving on to take the Teofimo Lopez fight, as if that's a fight that can even come close to the success of a Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Either way, this is going to be a bad look for Ryan Garcia. You know, I used to believe that Gervonta needed this fight more than Ryan did, just because of the fact that this would be looked at as Gervonta basically beating his Oscar De La Hoya. This is his version of beating Oscar De La Hoya. Not saying that Ryan is as good as Oscar, but you guys know what I mean. So I used to think Ryan or Gervonta, he needed to get a fight like this with a name like Ryan Garcia. But now it actually turns out, because of all the capping that Ryan Garcia has done, all the times he's cried wolf, he has really, really ruined his reputation. And I can guarantee you guys, because Ryan Garcia has cried wolf so many times, he's going to be blamed if this fight doesn't happen. No matter what is reported, everyone is going to blame Ryan for this fight not happening. And if he ends up going after someone like Teo, who just came off of a recent loss that he never avenged, that's going to make Ryan look even worse. because fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they are constantly going after the best opponents available, the top guys. They're not trying to fight any guys that just came off of a big loss. Ryan is the only one that wants to fight someone like that. Remember, Devin Haney, he had been calling out Teo for quite some time before Teo lost to Kambosos. As soon as Teo lost, Devin never mentions Teofimo's name anymore because Devin always wants to fight the best. So nothing that Oscar De La Hoya said in that clip, at least the last one, is making any sense, especially when you consider what he had just said in the clip before. And isn't it such a coincidence that Ryan Garcia, leading up to the Fortuna fight, he had been calling out Gervonta the whole time. And then after the fight, he then says, when he's asked, what would be the plan B if you can't get a Gervonta Tank Davis fight? He says, I want Teofimo Lopez. And now Oscar De La Hoya is hinting that they want the Teofimo Lopez fight. So it sounds like even when Gervonta or even when Ryan Garcia was calling out Tank the whole time leading up to the Fortuna fight, it sounds like they had already talked about a possible fight against Teofimo Lopez because they're pretty much on the exact same page when it comes to Lopez right now. So let's see. Let's see how this plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.